What is up, YouTube? You're watching Spinning Wheel. I'm Jared Kellogg, and to continue with the top 10 series, I've got number 7. I told you may not know about it. It's the BRX Motors Blade XTR. The Blade XTR is made by BRX Motors, and they're located in Fort Worth, Texas. So maybe some Texas people know about this car, but I doubt the rest of the country does. Now, the cool thing about this car is that they borrowed an engine out of a Ford Mustang. It's a 5.0 liter V8 that they have twin turboed to get 750 horsepower out of. This manages to get the car from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, but also a projected top speed of 242 miles an hour. Now, I have looked all over the place. I haven't actually seen them test the car to see a top speed. That number is based off an estimate and apparently a simulation that BRX Motors ran with the motor. So it's projected to run 242 miles an hour. Whether or not it'll actually do it, who knows? But having a projection that high is pretty amazing. As for the price, the Blade XTR is going to cost about $150,000, which seems like a lot of money for a car that's built out of somebody's garage in Fort Worth, Texas, when you just get an engine, couple seats, and that is about it. There's not really a lot of luxuries in this car, as far as I can tell. But if you can really go 242 miles an hour in this thing, that is well worth the money. Hypercars nowadays are going to cost upwards of $500,000. This thing is only between $100,000 and $200,000. That's Lamborghini money, and this is going to crush a Lamborghini in a street race. BRX Motors is making two versions of the Blade. There's the XTR, which is like a track version, and then also the GTR, which is more of like a grand touring car or just a road car. Both cars are still going to feature the V8 twin turbo setup, but you can get additional engine upgrades according to their website. You can get a NOS kit pre-installed from BRX Motors, and you can get what they call a Divine-inspired power upgrade. I couldn't find a whole lot of information on that, so I'm not exactly sure what it means, but they say it'll increase the power to above 2,000 horsepower. That is pretty amazing. That is, if it actually happens. This car is still in production, testing phases, stuff like that. It's just a small company run out of Fort Worth, Texas, so they haven't done a lot of testing. Who knows if they can actually get 2,000 plus horsepower out of a V8? We'll find out. If they do, kudos to them. That is going to be one heck of a fast car. Gearbox for both cars is basically the same. It's a Tremec T56 Magnum 6-speed gearbox that they're using. It'll go into both cars. I don't believe that there's going to be an automatic option at all, which is the way it should be. If you're a car enthusiast, you should want the 6-speed manual. The interior of the Blade XTR is probably the only shortcoming or downside to this vehicle that I can find. It looks like a Fiero converted into a Ferrari Testarossa. It's not great. It does have Recaro racing seats in it, so that's a good thing. That's a plus, I guess. But as far as the interior goes, it just doesn't look inviting. It doesn't look super comfortable or luxurious at all. There is one really cool thing that I do like about the interior. They have almost like two tablets, basically, that are set up. One to run the dash, and then another one to run all the secondary sort of gauges, you know, like boost, G-forces, that sort of thing. But it is really interesting. The center console one, it's got to be probably like 8 inches tall or something like that. It's just a massive tablet that is used for the information systems, basically, in the center console. The modern technology going into this car, they're not going cheap and just going out and buying the AutoZone gauges, you know, right off the shelf and just incorporating them in there. They've gone out and done something pretty cool. And now we get to my favorite part of the entire car. It's the design. The exterior of this car is phenomenal. I love the front end, the big huge grille, the humps over the front wheels, the low stance, the very small cabin. It's just a great design. In my opinion, this is one of the best hand-built, like, small group cars that I can find, and they've just done an awesome job with the design of this car. It is fantastic. It even has a split window. I don't know if this is a reference to the old split window Corvettes, but it's beautiful. I love it. The only thing I don't like exactly is the back, if you're staring at it directly from the back. It's not that awesome looking from the back, but overall, as a design of this car, it is phenomenal. I love this thing. It sounds amazing going around a track. Neil Bailey, the founder of BXR Motors, really had a desire and a passion to make a ridiculous supercar from America that's just going to stomp everything that's, European, all the American cars. It's just going to be a contender. Looks like it will deliver. I mean, from all the tests that they've run, the simulations that they've run, it sounds like this car is going to be a heavy hitter. This car it screams power. It screams just pure fun, and it's really just a driver's car. Alright guys, well, I hope you learned something new. I hope you learned a lot about BXR Motors. I will put some links in the description below that'll take you to BXR's webpage and also their YouTube page. Go check them out. They are phenomenal. Check out the car. They do have some video of it driving around a track. It sounds menacing. I love it. Just go check them out and follow their progress and their builds. Alright, well, that's it for me today. That was number 7, the Blade XTR. Number 6 will be coming up next week on Tuesday. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. You can do so right there. I don't know what else I was going to say. So, see ya. Keep it yagging. Stay cool, my friends. And we'll see you next Tuesday.